Bom, eu queria mais agradecer a presença dele aqui no nosso quadro e queria que ele falasse pra gente como que tá a ansiedade pra vir pro Brasil agora, né, no final do ano. Qual a expectativa? Enfim.
First of all, thank you so much for being here on our program. It is a pleasure having you here. And first, she wants to know what are the expectations of coming the third time to Brazil to promote Heimdall?
I was just talking to the other guy from Brazil, and he told me it's like in the late spring. So first of all, I hope that we don't die of heat. We live in Scandinavia, and in November in Scandinavia, it's like at least here it's like 2 degrees in rain and dark almost all day long.
Oh my god!
So it's gonna be a lot different. But I mean, it's always nice to be in Brazil. We have good experiences there. Good crowd. Enthusiastic, great food. I love the Brazilian barbecue restaurants. We all do. So let's just hope that we can get not too much food before the concert, because then we will look like lazy old, far too old men, you know. So let's have a light lunch and let's go berserk in the restaurants after the show. Let's have an early show, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect. Let's do that.
Está votado.
Awesome. And ele falou que, na verdade, eles vão vir aqui quando é a nossa primavera e lá vai estar frio, 2 graus, chovendo. E é muito diferente essa sensação de calor. Eles esperam não morrer nesse calor absurdo que está fazendo aqui no Brasil. E ele ama a comida daqui, eles esperam não ir logo num rodízio de carnes logo de cara, para não ficar tão grande, para tocar como se estivessem enormes em cima do palco, mas certamente eles vão enlouquecer no restaurante depois do show.
Com certeza. E como é um show único, eu queria saber o que ele pode falar pra gente do que os fãs podem esperar nesse show aqui no Brasil. Se é alguma coisa especial.
Since this is like the only show you guys are making in Brazil, what can the fans expect of this show in São Paulo?
We always try to connect with the audience. We always, I mean, that's the main goal. A show should be an energy exchange between the band and the audience. It should always be, the goal is like to try to make the perfect symbiosis with the audience and the band. So communication is crucial. Of course, there's not going to be a discussion or anything like that. I mean, it's on a far different level, obviously. So that's always our main goal. And besides, it's that we haven't been playing. We have released 2 albums since the last time we played in Brazil. So it's going to be cool to check out the reaction of Brazilian and Argentinian and Colombian, Latin American audience have never ever seen us perform songs from Utgård and Heimdall. So that's going to be cool. That's always cool to check the reaction on new material.
E ele disse que é muito legal fazer conexão com o público dele, né? Então, essa na verdade é o principal objetivo da banda, se conectar com o público. E claro, né, troca de energia, o que é algo muito bacana. Ele adora fazer a troca de energia, porque é uma espécie de simbiose, como ele explicou, né? Essa coisa de poder interagir organicamente com o público. E ele também, eles vão tocar músicas de 2 álbuns, né? Porque desde a última vez que eles vieram, eles lançaram mais 2 álbuns, então eles vão tocar essas músicas pra gente, pra ver também qual que é a reação do público para esses novos trabalhos que eles lançaram, inclusive Heimdall, que é o último que eles lançaram.
Vamos fazer a pergunta do Heimdall, ô Marcos. Se você quiser fazer, pode fazer já. Eu acho que é interessante.
It is interesting that we from here in South America, we have a lot of contact with comics and this thing about Marvel universe, and Thor comes a lot, and there's also Heimdall in this universe, of course. Does it come like frequent for you to people asking you about if Heimdall in the comics is equal as like the cover and the thematics you use for your music?
You're not actually the first one to ask me that question. I think people watch that in Norway too.
Yeah.
I remember I tried to watch one of those movies some years ago, and it was like, oh, it's just too it's just too ridiculous. But I don't care. That's fine if people find them enjoyable, and I'm sure they're well made. But I think you can find like fragments that are similar, but I mean it's all Hollywood infested moronic bullshit, It's got not so much to do with the initial ideas and purposes of those figures they are representing.
And what does Heimdall represent for you, taking out that thing that Hollywood tries to put on people's head?
Well, Heimdall is like Heimdall predates most of the Norse gods, because I mean this is a figure that was in the area, probably worshipped long before the Viking Age, long before. I mean, who knows when this figure first appeared? I mean, we know almost for a fact that he was present in the Bronze Age, which is like at least 1,500 years before the period we call the Viking Age, the Iron Age. So, and he has always been looked upon as some sort of the teacher of mysticism, the link between let's say the link between the outer and inner consciousness. I mean, and also the link between the state of awakeness and dreams. That's what he means to me. He's always lurking in the background, and he's like perhaps the main teacher in the Norse mythology and beyond that. Yeah.
I will translate this, just one moment. É interessante que ele diz, na verdade, quando a gente pergunta sobre o mundo nórdico da Marvel, né, o olhar dele, ele diz que é um monte de besteira quando é relacionado ao mundo da Marvel. Ele diz que isso não é coisa de Hollywood, isso não tem nada a ver com o que eles veem como mitologia nórdica. E é claro que tem fragmentos, né? Mas Heimdall, no caso, é um personagem que existe antes dos Vikings, que surgiu a época da idade da era de bronze, 1500 anos antes dos Vikings, que é da era de ferro já. Então, ele já era visto como uma entidade importante, como uma entidade que prolifera e ensina o misticismo. Então, é uma entidade que traz essa coisa do conhecimento interno e do desenvolvimento da consciência. É algo que ele vê como muito além daquilo que até é escrito nos livros sobre mitologia nórdica.
Sensacional. Estão perguntando aqui no chat qual é o álbum dele preferido e mais marcante, e qual foi o mais difícil dele compor. Olha.
There's a complicated question coming from the Twitch people that are watching us. They want to know what was the most difficult or challenging album to write from Enslaved?
Oh, challenging albums to write. Probably Blue Hem. And then the reason is pretty simple, because every one of us was pretty fucked up by then.
I can't imagine.
So I mean, it's not super complicated. It's like, yeah, that was pretty hard, because we were out there. So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, which album was that again?
Blue Hand.
Ah, ok, Blue Hand.
The fourth album.
O quarto álbum deles foi o álbum mais complicado, porque eles estavam muito doidos ao fazer esse álbum, então certamente foi o mais decisivo para eles de compor. But I've known that you guys are doing a last show before coming to South America to promote this album here.
On cassette.
Yes.
I don't think I even have that on cassette myself.
So this is for you. I will give that to you personally. So tell me a little bit about how is it playing this album live again after so many years?
You know, that's actually one of the, perhaps that old album that we have performed in recent years that are most closely, somehow strangely enough, most closely connected or related to the stuff we are doing nowadays. Because, and the main reason is that when we wrote Viking Ligaveldi and recorded Viking Ligaveldi, we were hugely into that German electronica music, like Krautrock, you mean Kraftwerk. You're German, you should know this.
Yes.
So, usually into bands like Kraftwerk and Klaus Schulze, Tangerine Dream, Neu, bands like that. And maybe not super evident, but I mean, the structures are like repetitive, they are hypnotic, they are long and pretty hostile, you know, the arrangements. And that's something that we have been looking a lot into, listening a lot to in the later year as well, taking back those old records and put them on again. So when the first time we not the first time, but when we picked up Viking Ligaveldi again, it was in 2017, and starting to rehearse for it, we kind of felt, oh, well, this is not so unfamiliar. This is actually pretty cool. This is actually not that far away from what we're doing nowadays. So that was a surprise, because it's not an album that we frequently put on. I don't think I have heard it for like at least 10 or 15 years when we started to rehearse on that again in 2017. So that was a huge surprise, pleasant surprise, really. So we have done it a couple of times since then, and so the show in Oslo is kind of, it will perhaps be the closure of that endeavor. You know, we have done it enough times now, I think. So and it's a nice way to kind of close that door because of the 30th anniversary and everything. So it's time to shelf that project for a while, I think. But it will be nice to have it a last one. Yeah.
Então, eu perguntei pra ele que o último show que eles vão fazer antes de vir pro Brasil, fazer a turnê dos álbuns novos, é inclusive tocar o álbum que tem 40 anos de idade, que é o Viking Ligaveldi, 40 years old. E eles lançaram esse álbum numa loucura sobre na época da New Wave, da música do krautrock alemão, que teve Neu, Kraftwerk e Tangerine Dream, que são grandes ícones do krautrock, né? E eles, em 2017, eles pegaram esse álbum para ensaiar, e eles gostaram tanto porque trouxe coisas, ele tem elementos de coisa que eles tocam hoje. Então, ele falou, pô, faz 10, 15 anos que não tocamos isso e eles decidiram trazer isso, para tocar isso mais uma vez ao vivo e encerrar o ciclo, né, desse álbum que é tão importante para eles e, né, colocar ele numa gaveta e falar tchau. É isso.
Bom, sensacional. Acho que está chegando perto do tempo,
Sim.
né? Gostaria mais uma vez de agradecer a presença dele aqui no nosso quadro, Marcos. Falar que foi incrível, que o pessoal do chat adorou. Tinham mais perguntas, mas que ficam para uma próxima. E dizer que com certeza estaremos lá no show, né?
Sim. We would like you to thank you for the time, for the opportunity to do this interview for us. We have a lot more things to ask, but since we don't have much time, we say thank you for your time, and we see you in Brazil, in São Paulo, on 14th November, right?
Yes, we do. And thanks for your time. And what do you say? Obrigado? Obrigada?
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.